gents. It's been a while. It always feels like it's been a while because we do this like every other week. But let's catch up and see how we've been doing. I know Chris and Andres, you guys went to. It's not called HorrorCon, is it? It's just like a horror
No.
theme convention.
Yeah. Days of the Dead.
It's been a while. Yeah, Days of the Dead con.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was cool.
Was
I
it?
mean, it was roughly the size of Combat Con. I felt right. Like that's essentially what the size was.
Yeah.
It was
Maybe even a little
room.
bigger. But yeah, the Comic Con was really tiny. But yeah, I'd say about that. Yeah.
I mean, it was like they had the main room where you had like celebrities and shit essentially along the wall. All the merch was in the middle. And then there was a separate room for like panels, and I guess there was another separate room for like photo ops or some shit. But yeah.
Yeah, those are downstairs. It was cool. Yeah, no, it was cool. I've always wanted. I actually my first time going to a horror convention, so like, I was glad I went. You know, I actually got a free badge. A friend of mine literally like called me up the night before, and he's like, "Hey, someone's not gonna make it. You know, you can just take it." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Because I was on the fence about it, but I'm glad I went, and yeah, it was a good time. I'm finally got my experience in horror conventions.
Was it bigger than Combat Con?
Yeah, I would say, like I said, it was like slightly bigger.
Slightly. Yeah, just slightly bigger, more to do too. Because Combat Con was like, you just go meet the guys, like the people behind the scenes, the actors, and then you had on the other side, I think there was like 2 or 3 tables and a couple sellers where this was like the whole thing, everyone's selling. Michael Ironside from Splinter Cell was there. I didn't know that.
What?
I wanted to meet him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna meet him, but he did cash only. I didn't have any on me. I didn't feel like hitting up an ATM and paying the fee either, especially in Rosemont.
Cash
only.
off the grid, man.
I know, but hopefully I'll meet him again because I absolutely love this Splinter Cell series, and I really like Starship Troopers too as well. He's in other things obviously, but like I didn't know. I literally walked in. He's the first guy you saw when you walked in. I was like, oh my god, what the hell?
Right on the
The extra
corner,
greater.
sitting down.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he was
literally
the
right
greeter.
at the door.
And
yeah, pretty much.
who else did you guys meet? Who else did you get a chance to talk with, or whose autograph did you get? Did you get any merchandise? Was a lot of just window shopping? You had that though.
Yeah, no, I know.
Well, me and Chris
the pictures
actually kind of
upstairs.
were talking before, and we were gonna definitely hit up the Mortal Kombat movie Ninjas for sure. That was the thing we both kind of said we were gonna do, and he did.
Mhm.
Right, Chris? You got to meet Scorpion.
Chris Casamassa. I was like, he's like, what's your name? I was like, Chris. He's like, oh, that's a good name.
That's funny.
I'm Chris too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also Chris.
He's fucking jacked,
Yeah,
dude.
He is.
Dude,
He's
he's
very
like,
jacked for an older dude. Yeah.
I had to like look him up. I was like, how old is this guy now? And he's like 61 or 2. I was like, holy
Wow.
Damn, so he was
Looks
like in
amazing.
his like early 40s when he was Scorpion, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, he met him, and then I went and met, like, literally the next table was Sub-Zero, the actor that played Sub-Zero.
Francois.
Right next to each other.
Yeah. There was like a photo op, you can get both, but I didn't do it. I wanted to, but I was like, I'm kind of more about getting autographs and stuff. But both seemed really nice. Both were really cool. The guy that played Sub-Zero, like, told me that he, when he was filming the movie, he actually worked for WWF at the time as like the lead like doctor for helping like rehabilitate wrestlers, but also looking at them if they get injured on the show, you know, like stuff like that. So he was like flying from wherever they were doing Raw. At the time. I think at that time they were just SmackDown SmackDown wasn't even around yet.
Yeah,
The
that
movie was like 95. Okay, so yeah, he would be wherever they were at, fly to California and film the movie. I think it was in Cali, at least in the scenes he did, and then he would just go right back, go wherever they were, come back, you know, film back, and then like he said he was kind of grateful that he obviously he loved playing the character, but he was like my character was like one of the first to die, and it actually made my life a lot easier. Once I filmed my thing, I got to go. I interfere with my job, so it was cool. But he loved it though. He absolutely loved it. You know.
So that
So
was
it was
that his
cool.
main job? How long was his tenure with WWF at the time? Did he say?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I assume he was probably there for a while. He's actually, I think, right, Chris? He was probably older than the other guy, right?
Yeah, he's 72.
God damn.
Yeah, he was significantly older, but I didn't really like ask. I remember just kind of like being a little nervous talking to him, but he was cool. He gave me a hug, and he told me he worked for WWF, but he didn't like tell me like too long how long he worked for. I mean, for being the head guy though, that's pretty cool.
How did he bring it up? Did you mention that you were wrestling, or were you wearing wrestling gear or something?
No, what did I? Oh, I asked him if he came back because I wasn't sure if either one of them played Reptile later in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, neither me or him didn't. That was somebody else. And I asked him, did you come back for any other project? Because I know the guy who did Scorpion came back for the TV show they had, the one that was based with Kung Lao, Conquest. I think.
Conquest.
Mhm.
He played Takeda.
And he said no, he couldn't. Yeah, exactly. But he said he couldn't fit it in the schedule because at the time, that's when he mentioned he worked for WWF. So I was like, oh, what? Like I remember like watching Raw and then seeing like the commercials for the movie too, at the same time. You know, I was like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Wrestlers he was treating or rehabilitating, like people he worked with. Did he say anybody?
No, I didn't like honestly like. I don't know. I didn't really like ask. Honestly, I probably should have. But at the time, I was just kind of like get in, get out kind of thing. But they were super talkative to like anybody. I guess I could have like asked too, because I was kind of like not knowing that. I was like, wow, that is pretty cool.
You should have.
I mean, they're in the twilight of their career. I'm sure they love just kind of talking about their work and stuff. And these conventions, I'm sure, are part of their livelihoods now. Just kind of doing the tours.
Well, Chris Casamassa, he's actually a very active martial artist. Though he has like 5 or 6 schools. He's still practicing and still doing like tournaments and shit. And I was like, holy fuck.
Where does he have his schools? Did he say?
California.
I was gonna say because I guess I was thinking of like the original Mortal Kombat cast. A lot of them are just from Chicago, but this is the movie.
Yeah.
Movie guy. That's cool. That's awesome that he's that active and he's in his 60s.
Andres, you should have splashed him with the element that gives life. Should be like, bitch. Psh.
Oh,
just got like a bottle of water and splashed them.
That's the scene I got though in the photo is him doing that because I had to pick the photo.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That was kind of the one I went with. I was like, there was a lot of good ones, and I was like, oh, I don't know, but like that one, I was like, that stood out more. So I was like, I'll get that one. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Did they both have different varieties of like autographs you can sign? They just had like different shots from the movies, I'm assuming.
Yeah, at least for their tables, there were just shots from the movies. Nothing than that. I mean, you could bring things too that they can sign, but that was mostly what they had available.
Cool, that's awesome. What about you, David? What have you been up to these past 2 weeks?
Life, nothing fun. Just
life, love, and fun. Live, laugh, love. I mean, can't complain, right?
Yeah. Well, we got Raw. Tomorrow?
We got Raw tomorrow, and it'll probably be when this recording is out. We've been to Raw, but yeah, we're excited for Raw in Chicago. That should be exciting. I'm obviously excited to see CM Punk in an all-state arena setting with a sold-out crowd. That should be fun.